Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel At Home with Chelle and to another video. So today I'm going to be sharing with you everything that you'll need to get started with your spring cleaning. I've got a spring cleaning checklist, all the tools and cleaning products that you'll need to do your spring cleaning. So I'll be sharing some of my favourite cleaning products in that too, and as well as any kind of tricks and tips that I've picked up along the way. So with spring just around the corner, we're getting lighter evenings. Hopefully it'll get a bit warmer soon, but it's absolutely freezing out there today. Then I know many of you, probably like me, will be starting your spring cleaning soon. So I thought that it would be a good time to share this video, and I really hope that it does help. If you are new to my channel, then hi, my name's Michelle and I do make quite a lot of cleaning content. So if that is your thing, then I would love for you to subscribe. So first up, it is best to actually plan how you're going to tackle your spring cleaning. So what I mean by that is, are you going to do it task by task? There's so many checklists out there. I'll share one with you that I use today that works for me personally, but you might want to make your own. So what task by task means is, some people like to do, for example, clean all the windows on one day and then do all the skirting boards or baseboards on one day, and then one day they'll do like the kitchen stuff or whatever it is. Or some people like to do it room by room. So I personally like to do it room by room. I just find it a little bit more manageable that way. Otherwise, I find that when I'm going round task by task, it doesn't really look that clean, if it makes sense, because I haven't done the rest of it. I feel like I'm not really accomplishing that much, but it's obviously personal preference. So if you are doing it room by room or whatever you're doing, then I would definitely recommend following a checklist. I've got my checklist here. I don't know why it's printed out so small. I need to print it out a bit bigger. I'll put it on the screen anyway, so it's a lot easier for you to see, and we'll upload this onto my website, which I will link down below if anyone wants to print it out. But I think this is super useful because when I'm doing my cleaning, I will just basically pin this on the door of wherever I'm doing it, and then I literally go through and tick things off as I'm doing it, and it just keeps me on track and then kind of makes me feel accountable as well. I've broken mine up by room, so I've got 6 kind of areas. Depending on what your house is like, your areas might differ. So I've got living room, kitchen, they're the biggest ones, hall and stairs, bedrooms, bathrooms and outside. So I have also got a dining room and a playroom, but they'll just kind of be included in my normal cleans. But these are the areas that are going to be getting the really big kind of deep spring clean. So yeah, I think this is really helpful to follow something like this. And you can do it all in one day. So you can say, you know, I'm going to do my spring cleaning today, or you can say I'm just going to focus on the living room or the kitchen or a task. Or sometimes you might just want to keep this and then just tick little tasks off as you go along. So for example, sometimes I might think like, do you know what, I'm going to descale the kettle one evening because I know that's a really easy job to do. Another day I might be like, I'm just going to do the oven today, and kind of do those smaller tasks so it doesn't feel quite as overwhelming. So once you've planned how you're going to do your spring cleaning, next up is making sure that you've got the right tools. Most of these tools you'll have anyway, but there's nothing worse than getting started and not actually having what you really need. So obviously you'll need a vacuum. Most people have a vacuum. I use the Shark cordless vacuum. I personally prefer a cordless vacuum because it's much easier to carry all around the house. You don't get kind of muddled up with any wires or anything. And then I also like that it's detachable, so I can detach the bits when I'm doing like the stairs and the skirting boards, for example. Then you will need a mop. So I have a couple of mops. I have the Vileda spin mop, which I really recommend. All you'll need in that is some floor cleaner or something, and that is really good for getting the floor nice and clean. Depending on how big the floor is, you might also want to clean it by hand. For example, I'll do that in my bathrooms. And then I also have a steam mop. So I use the Shark steam mop. I think it's called like Click and Flip or something. I really like this. You don't need to use any chemicals with it. All you do is add water, and it's really good for giving the floor a really good clean. It's streak free, don't get any kind of marks or anything, and it's got this feature where when you flip it over, you kind of put extra pressure, like extra steam on any tough marks, just to remove it nice and naturally. And then lastly, something that I got last year is, which I've got here as well, is the Karcher window vac. This is an absolute game changer when you are cleaning windows. It honestly makes it so easy. There's no kind of scribbling or anything. I'll just use like a solution that I make it myself, put it on the windows, and then go down with the Karcher vac, and it's so quick. I use it on the shower screens as well, in the bathroom and the ensuite. I think it's around £30, and I believe it's on offer on Amazon at the minute as well, so we'll link it down below. Anything that I do mention as well, I will put links for down below, so you can just kind of go straight to the product. But yeah, definitely recommend that. One thing that I am also thinking about, but haven't purchased yet, is well, not a carpet cleaner. I haven't got a carpet cleaner, but like a spot cleaner. I've seen quite a few of them because I desperately need to give my sofas a really deep clean, and I've seen there's quite a few different spot cleaners out there to clean the sofas. So yeah, if anyone's got any that you recommend, are they worthwhile getting, then please do let me know in the comments down below, because it will help me out and then might also help other people out as well. Next up are the actual cleaning products. So I've got my cleaning products out that I will use, and I've kind of split them into categories. So first of all is dusting. So when you're doing your spring cleaning, you'll be dusting areas that maybe you don't normally dust. So for example, you'll be getting in all of the corners in the living room, doing your light bulbs on top of doors, everything like that. So I use this feather duster. This, I think I could probably do it with a new one actually. It's definitely seen better days. This I got from the range, I think. They sell them on Amazon, B&M, everywhere like that as well. Really handy just for dusting all of the walls. Then I have a couple of noodle dusters. These are really good because you can wash them as well, and then they pick up loads of dust. This one is really handy because it's tall, so it's really handy for doing walls with. But then also can get behind like radiators and stuff like that. You know, those areas that you don't normally clean, like behind TVs, I find this really useful for. And again, it just kind of picks up all of the dust on these like noodly bits. And then have this kind of noodly one for normal dusting. So I use them for getting the big dust off, I suppose. For the baseboards or skirting boards, I find this again is well used. I find these really handy. They're these sponge things. They're super absorbent, and all you don't need any product with them. You just use water and then wipe them along the boards, and they just literally just all the dust just sticks to them. Rinse them out and do it all again. Really good for cleaning kind of skirting boards or doors, things like that. And then lastly, a good old-fashioned yellow duster and some polish. So normally when I'm cleaning, I'll just kind of go around with one of these, but when I'm doing a proper deep clean, then I do like to use some polish and a yellow duster as well. Then I'll move on to, I suppose, what should I go into next? Like bathroom stuff. So for the bathroom, I always use Flash bathroom cleaner with Febreze. I've tried loads of different bathroom cleaners, and this one is by far my favourite, and it smells really nice. If you have got any kind of mold or anything growing, or any areas that you want to treat, then I would really recommend this. It's the mold and mildew blaster. You can get this in most places. It's really cheap. It's only around £1. It has got bleach in it, so do be careful when you're wearing it, and if you are spraying it, make sure you kind of, you know, cover your mouth. You don't want to be inhaling it because it's quite a nasty smell, and it's got loads of chemicals in it because of the bleach. But if you have got any stains or anything, then I would really recommend spraying this on, opening all the windows, leaving it for a couple of hours, and then going back and cleaning it. This works amazingly on like grout or sealant or anything like that that isn't as white as it used to be. Yeah, definitely recommend that. And then just some toilet bleach. I always like the Harpic Mountain Pine one. Yeah, you obviously need some toilet bleach. And then I think that's about it for the bathroom. Then in terms of the windows, because I use this for the windows and the bathroom. So I mentioned earlier that I use the Karcher window vac, and then what I do is I just use this Scrub Daddy. So I did try the Dishmatics and they didn't work as well. I just found that they put too much product on. But this one, these are the Dish Daddies. I prefer these because this is slightly harder as well, and I just find that it cleans a lot better on the windows and the bathroom as well. I use this, and then you push this in and it just releases just as much product as what you need. And then what I do with this is I fill it 1/3 fairy liquid, 1/3 white vinegar and 1/3 water, and then mix it all together, and that is the perfect solution for cleaning your windows or any shower screens or anything like that. And then I'll just put that on the windows, and like I said, just go over it with the Karcher, and that is amazing. Any kind of mirrors or anything, if they have got any smears on, then I'll just buff it up with a window cloth. This is the, I think it's a Spontex one, let me just double check. Yeah, the Spontex window cloth. Again, I've tried loads of different cloths, and Spontex is definitely the best one for windows. White vinegar is definitely something well worth having when you're doing your spring cleaning, because I use this for a lot of things. Like I said, I use it for cleaning the windows, but I also use it for like the dishwasher, washing machine, loads of stuff like that as well. Then on to the kitchen kind of section. So I've got all of mine in this little caddy. So I would also recommend doing that when you're starting your spring cleaning, is whatever room that you're going in or whatever task that you're doing, get yourself a little caddy like this and put everything in it that you need, and then you're a lot more likely to just get on with it rather than thinking, oh, I need to go and get whatever it might be. You've kind of got everything with you. So in here I have the pink stuff. I've made a video on how I use this. It has so many different uses and is great for spring cleaning. I'll probably be using this to do the UPVC on my doors, getting rid of any stains anywhere, and also in the oven. It's fantastic in the oven, so cheap as well. And then cloth wise, I'll just use a kind of minky. So I'll just buy loads of these minkies. Oven, well, I've done the oven, but the hob and any stainless steel, I always use Cif lemon cleaner and then the Cif perfect finish. If you've got stainless steel hob or sink, this combination is the best combination that I have tried. Before you start any cleaning, I forgot to mention this earlier, make sure that you've got some gloves. Make sure they haven't got any holes in, because I just had to throw my last pair away because I had them for ages, but they finally got a hole in, so I had to get rid of them. And now I got these new ones which are pink as well, which is quite nice. Then for a kind of general multi-purpose cleaner, so there's a couple that I use. I've got the Flash one, the spray wipe done. I really like the scent of this one. It's the pink tulips and white jasmine. I quite like all of these, to be honest. Or I use Method, but generally if it's on offer, or sometimes like when I'm cleaning cupboards and things, I use the Purdy and Fig one, because I find this a bit gentler, because it's basically just water with like a cleaning essence in it. Really like that. Then you will need some Zaflora. This just has so many uses, like cleaning the bins, cleaning sinks, just yeah, disinfecting everywhere, making it smell nice. Definitely need some Zaflora in your cleaning pack. Then natural products again, baking soda. So this, along with the vinegar, I use so much when I'm cleaning for things like the washing machine. So many different uses, so definitely worth getting some baking soda, bicarb of soda. They're basically the same thing. And then for cloth wise, so I mentioned the Minky, worth getting one of those because they're kind of rough on one side and then nice and soft on the other, and quite absorbent as well. Then you just want to get a pack of normal microfiber cloths. So I've bought some new ones to do my spring cleaning because my others have certainly seen better days. Just a normal packet of microfiber cloths that you can use with any of your products, just to make your spring cleaning a little easier. Then kind of disinfectant wise, this is really handy. This is the Dettol all-in-one spray. So this can be sprayed on soft kind of furnishings as well as hard surfaces. I really like this on the toilet, and then we'll sometimes use it on things like door handles, like those high like traffic kind of areas, I suppose, that you touch a lot and you don't really realise how dirty they're getting. This is amazing on them. And if you use this on towel rails, if you've got a kind of stainless steel towel rail, it brings it up amazingly. Then once you finish cleaning, then I like to make sure it smells all nice and clean. So I just use some Febreze which I definitely need some more of as well. And then whenever I've vacuumed, I always like to spray the 1001 Carpet Fresh. These aren't, you know, they're not necessary, but they definitely kind of give that nice clean feeling once you've done your big spring clean. So they're all the cleaning products that I would kind of recommend that you need. I mean, you don't need them all, don't get me wrong, but that's what I'm going to be using in the different areas when I start my spring cleaning. And then another top tip is to try, before you start your spring cleaning and you have got time, is to try and declutter. So I've done a lot of decluttering throughout January and February. I made a huge decluttering checklist at the start of the year and I've ticked loads of things off it. For example, I've done the kitchen, I've done all the cupboards, the utility, everything in here, and it is so much easier to clean now. So would definitely recommend doing that, because the worst thing you want to do is when you start your spring cleaning is also have to kind of tidy and declutter before you can actually get cleaning, and then it'll get messier quickly again. So I would really recommend decluttering if you can. It just makes it so much easier and quicker to clean. Another top tip which I find really helpful is to clean from top to bottom. So I mean this in terms of, I always generally start my spring cleaning upstairs. I don't know why, but I feel like once that's done, and then I work my way downstairs. And when you are actually cleaning in a room, again, work top to bottom. So the first things that you want to do are cleaning the dust from the ceilings, cleaning on top of curtain poles, your lights, everything like that, because dust, if you think about gravity, dust kind of falls to the ground. So the last thing you want to do is spend ages, I don't know, like cleaning your sofa or dusting everywhere, and then you've vacuumed and then you do the ceiling and then dust goes everywhere. So always recommend working kind of top to bottom. So the last things that you want to be doing are your skirting boards and vacuuming. Whenever I'm doing a clean, vacuuming is always the last thing that I do in that room. Once you've done all of your spring cleaning, I always think it's nice to add a little bit of spring decor as well. So whether that might be some seasonal flowers, I think fresh flowers are amazing this time of year. I sometimes like, I know not everybody decorates for Easter or something like that, but maybe just get a little bit more kind of spring decor. So some nice, like I said, some nice flowers or a nice wreath to put on the door. It just feels really nice, and you get to kind of give your home a little bit of a refresh, and it just, I don't know, it just, I find that it really works. And then lastly, once you've done all of your spring cleaning, everything is deep cleaned, then I would recommend following a cleaning schedule. I will put my cleaning schedule up on the screen here. So I follow a cleaning schedule every single day. I have a morning one and an evening one, and they are kind of my daily tasks that I make sure I do every day just to try and maintain. So they're not like deep cleans, but they just help you maintain. So when it does come to doing a deep clean, it doesn't feel quite so daunting. And then on that, I also have some weekly tasks and monthly tasks, and then those bigger kind of yearly tasks, which are more my decluttering tasks. So yeah, that is everything that I wanted to share with you today. I will be starting my spring cleaning over the next few weeks. If there's anything in particular that you want to see, then please do let me know. And what I'm thinking about doing is, rather than just doing like a big kitchen spring clean, for example, is breaking it down into kind of smaller videos. So I'll do a video now how I clean my washing machine, how I clean the oven, how I clean the dishwasher. So just kind of little snippets of those types of videos, and then I'll probably do some videos of how I spring clean my entire bedroom, for example, with some top tips in there. But if there is anything in particular that you want to see, then please do let me know in the comments down below. I really hope this video has been useful. You find the checklist useful. As I mentioned, I will link it on my website, which I'll put in the description box down below, and I'll try and link all of the products that I've mentioned today as well. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you've enjoyed this and it's given you some ideas to get on with your spring cleaning. Bye!